Before we dive into this transformative journey, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Let me know how this resonates with you or what steps you're planning to take after watching. This isn't just a motivational talk, this is a conversation about change, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Life has knocked you down more times than you can count. The weight you're carrying, those regrets, those mistakes, they feel like they define you. But that's not your destiny. It's just one chapter in your story. And today, we're turning that page. You've been living in a world of what-ifs and if-onlys. You missed that promotion, the relationship you thought would last forever came crashing down, opportunities slipped through your fingers. It haunts you. But listen, none of that defines you. It never did. Today is about rewiring your brain. We're turning those past failures into fuel for your future. This isn't about some feel-good, surface-level advice. This is about forging yourself into the person you're meant to be. Because here's the reality, you're fighting with one hand tied behind your back, letting your past hold you hostage. It's time to break free. No matter where you are in life, whether you're just starting out, clawing your way up, or feeling stuck, this is your wake-up call. Are you ready to break free? Ready to turn your scars into strength? Let's face it, your past can feel like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. You replay those moments, those failures, over and over in your head. It's like a broken record, and you're the needle stuck in the same groove. How many times have you stopped yourself from taking a risk because of what happened before? That voice in your head, remember what happened last time? It's paralyzing, isn't it? Science has an explanation for this. It's called negativity bias. Our brains are wired to remember negative experiences more vividly than positive ones. Back in the day, it kept us alive. Now, it's keeping you from really living. Picture this, you're carrying a backpack. Every mistake, every regret, every missed opportunity, you're tossing them in, day after day, year after year. How heavy is that pack now? How fast can you run with all that weight? But here's the thing, it's not just weighing you down. It's affecting everything, your relationships, your career, your dreams. You're not showing up as your best self because you're too busy being your past self. And in a twisted way, it's comfortable, right? Dwelling on the past gives you an excuse, I can't succeed because of what happened. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card for not taking risks. But is that backpack of regrets really worth the life you're missing out on? Here's a hard truth, the past is only as powerful as the meaning you give it. Right now, you're letting your past hold the pen. It's time to snatch it back. Your past isn't a prison, it's a classroom. Every setback, every failure, it wasn't the end. It was education. Think about it. You learned to walk by falling. You learned to talk by babbling nonsense. Life isn't any different. Ancient philosophers had it figured out long ago. They taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it that makes all the difference. You can't control outside events, but you can control your reaction. And that's where your strength lies. So, how do you reframe your story? Stop seeing yourself as a victim. You're not some passive character in a tragic tale. You're a warrior in training. Every failure is a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Failure isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally. Every time you fall, you're not falling behind, you're falling forward. Think about the last time you failed. That gut-wrenching disappointment, the shame, the self-doubt, it hits hard, doesn't it? But what if you could take that energy and turn it into something powerful? Success is a terrible teacher. It can make you feel invincible, like nothing can touch you. But failure? Failure keeps you grounded. It keeps you hungry, humble, and always learning. Have you ever met someone who's never failed? They're soft, untested, and unprepared for life's real challenges. But the people you admire, the ones who've truly achieved greatness? Their paths weren't smooth. They were messy, filled with failures and comebacks. Let's talk about the present. Your past. It's not in your future. It's here, right now, in this moment. How much time do you spend reliving past mistakes or worrying about future problems? If you're like most people, it's too much. You're letting life slip through your fingers while you're stuck in your head. Imagine this: you're fully focused on something, a game, a conversation, a task, and time just disappears. Psychologists call that the flow state. That's where peak performance happens. You're fully present, fully engaged. And that's where life is meant to be lived. I'm not saying ignore your past or never plan for your future. But don't let them ruin your present. Your past doesn't need you anymore, and your future isn't here yet. All you have is now. For the next 24 hours, try this: catch yourself whenever your mind wanders to the past or the future. Bring it back to the present. What do you see? What can you do right now to move toward your goals? Here's another harsh reality: you've been living your life according to someone else's expectations. But their expectations? That's their limitation, not yours. Every time you live to meet someone else's standards, you're building a prison out of their opinions. How many times have you silenced your dreams because they didn't fit the mold others created for you? The world doesn't need another carbon copy. It needs you, the real, unfiltered, unapologetic you. Don't fear disappointing people. Fear never truly living. Write down the expectations people have placed on you. Now cross out the ones that don't align with who you truly are. Feel that? That's the weight lifting off your shoulders. Your future isn't something you stumble into. It's something you create, right here, right now, with every choice you make. Your past is just raw material. You're the blacksmith, and this moment is your forge. Your future isn't set in stone. Your mistakes don't define it. It's shaped by your mindset, your actions, and your decisions. The pain you carry? That's not a burden. It's fuel. Every scar, every setback, every moment that brought you to your knees, it's all potential energy. It's time to ignite it. What doesn't kill you doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you unstoppable. Every hardship has taught you something: resilience, creativity, grit. These aren't just fancy words. They're weapons forged in adversity. The people who've made the greatest impact on history? They didn't have it easy. They went through hell and came back with a roadmap for others. Now it's time for you to turn your pain into power. Take the thing that keeps you up at night, that pain point that you can't seem to shake. Ask yourself, how can I use this? How can I turn this poison into medicine, not just for myself, but for others? Enough philosophy, it's time to get practical. You need to turn these ideas into action, because knowledge without action is just impressive, not effective. Start with self-reflection. Every night, ask yourself, what did I learn today? How did I grow? What can I do better tomorrow? This isn't just journaling, it's reprogramming your mind to focus on growth, not guilt. Next, practice gratitude. Every morning, list 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how big or small. This trains your brain to look for the positive instead of dwelling on the negative. Then, watch your self-talk. Replace phrases like, I always screw up, with, I'm learning and getting better every day. Your words shape your reality, so choose them wisely. You're going to face obstacles. Doubts will creep in, old habits will try to drag you back, but remember, the obstacle is the way. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, to sharpen your skills. And when motivation fails, that's where discipline kicks in. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. But discipline, that's what keeps you moving forward when you don't feel like it. In the end, Your past is just a place of reference, not residence. You can visit, but don't live there. Your story isn't written yet. Today, right now, is when you pick up the pen and start writing the life you want to live. You're not just capable of change, you are the change. Let's do this.